Hi.
Hi, friends.
Hi, good afternoon.
Well, my monitor. How are you, friend?
Uh, Today I am a little bit busy. I'm doing a lot of things for my sons.
I can imagine. Sons, because they are two boys.
Yes, two boys.
So,
The eldest is 6 and the youngest is 3.
my God, Ivan, you are a macho producer.
No, I can't anymore.
Stop. Yes, good. Well,
Good.
let's say hi to Javi, hi to Martha, hi to my dear monitor, hi to Ainoa, hi to Natalie. Friends, this is going to be a beautiful class, you know. I'm sure about that. We are going to begin with a delicious homework, which was a reading comprehension exercise dealing with hippos. And then after that, we are going to practice some listening. Remember that the main responsibility of this poor teacher is training you for all the little problems that Cambridge wants to face to you. And as a teacher, my job is to prepare you for that moment. I want you to pass the exams, not only to pass it, but to pass it with good marks. But this is like a championship. This is the responsibility of a coach that is training my athletes, training and practicing again and again, routine and routine. Because if not, you can get rusty. It is the responsibility of the coach that my athletes get never rusted. So we are going to practice on reading comprehension, which is the homework. We are going to practice on listening also to develop the skills of listening and some speaking. And if possible, some writing. It depends on how good use we make of our class. Let's begin. Let's begin with the reading that I assign as homework. When the hippos rode, start paddling. Let's go there. Let's search in the book. Book. This is not the book. This is the word book. No, this is the word book. Well, one day, be patient. One day I'll find it. My God, this is not what I want. What I,
Jerry,
yes,
it's not in the book. You attached in the WhatsApp group.
I attach it. You are right.
Yes.
No, but I also have it here. No, I don't have it here. My God. Yes, it is attached in our WhatsApp group. So you have it. You don't need to see it. Let's go there. When the hippos rode, start paddling. And then you have the text that I am completely sure that you read. The idea was, like in all reading comprehension exam, that remember, the reading comprehension exam is always together with the use of English exam. They are only one. In the past, I think it was 3 years in 2015, 5 years ago, they changed. But before 2015, they were separate exams. In 2015, Cambridge decided to join the two exams, reading comprehension and use of English together. Now the exam begins with use of English part 1, use of English part 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, and 8 are reading comprehension. This is part 2. You always have to insert sentences or paragraph into the principal text. In this case, in number 7, question 7, because it's part 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 were part 1. In 7, you have to decide what is the adequate letter. And I don't know for you, my dear students, but for this teacher, this is a terrible moment in all my exams. I always have one or two mistakes, always. It's very confusing. I don't know for you, because some of my students are experts in this. Number 7, I only want you to write the letter that you think is the adequate in number 7. Let's see. What is the letter for you? For Anna is letter D. For Ivan is D. More answers. And for Martha, for example. For Natalie is letter D. Nobody else? Javi? Is Javi here? Is Martha Moreno Cid here? Is Ainhoa here? Ainhoa the same. Okay, good. So it's letter D. Perfect. Number 8. What is the letter? For Ivan is F. For Natalie is F. For Ainhoa is letter F. Yes. For Ana Huerta is letter F. Correct. Yes, F. 9. What is the letter? For Ivan is A. Ana A. For Natalie is A. And for Ainhoa, Javi, hi friend, is A. Ainhoa is A. Correct. Very good. Now, number 10. What letter do you think it is? For Ivan is G. Natalie G. Anna G. Ainhoa G. Okay, G is correct, friends. 11. 11. 11 is E for Anna, E for Ivan. For Ainhoa is letter E. And for Natalie? Natalie, what is your answer, Natalie? E2, okay. Okay, very good. E is correct. And number 12. Number 12. For Ivan is B. For Natalie is B. For Ainhoa is B. For Anna is B. Yes, friends, it's letter B. In conclusion, listen. 7D, 8F, 9A, 10G, 11E, 12B. Thank you for the effort. When you are doing this, not always your answers can be correct. No? We are students. That's our life. But in this effort to answer, you are getting the skills and abilities that we need. That's the importance of trying and trying and trying. Very good. Reading comprehension, we finished. Now let's go to listening practice. This listening is not in your book. So you have to wait that I attach it to the chat. Give me a sec. Where is it? Advanced. Here. Computer game designer. This is going to be our first listening. Let me see if I can send it to you, to your WhatsApp group, because maybe you can see it better. Give me a second, please. So this is the listening part 2. Please tell me if you have received computer game designer in your WhatsApp group. Very good. Please read it. If you don't understand a word or something, use your dictionary. And now listen to the audio. You know that you have this audio in your WhatsApp group, so please listen to it again, and when you feel ready to answer, send me a message. Natalie finished. I know I finished. Ivan finished. Ana Huerta finished. Very good. Well, let's check it. It says computer game designer. Paul says that people often think that he's a game what? Can you copy the answer here in number 7? Developer for Anna, developer for Ivan, Ainoa, Natalie, and Javi. Developer is okay. Yes, developer is the answer. You have 1 mark. You have 1 mark. A game developer rather than a designer. As part of his degree, Paul did a course in what? Nobody? Animation, Javi. Animation, Natalie. Well, Javi and Natalie, you are correct. Animation is the answer, which was proved the most useful in his career. In his first job, Paul was designing what? 2 words. 2 words. In number 9, we need 2 words. Book covers, Ana Huerta. Book guides, Ivan. Well, no idea, Natalie. 2 words is okay. 2 words, no idea. No, it's book covers. Book covers. So Ana Huerta was perfect. Book covers in number 9. Let's go to number 10. Paul worked on what are known as number 10. 2 words. User interfaces, Ana. Yes. User interfaces, Javi. User interfaces, Ainhoa. Very good. User interfaces, Natalie. Yes, that's the answer. User interfaces, Ivan. Very good. So Paul worked on what are known as user interfaces most of the time. Paul mentions a game with the name 2 words. Star City, Ainhoa. Star City, Ivan. Ainhoa and Ivan, you are correct. The Star City as the one he's enjoyed working on most. Paul uses the word number 12. Only 1 word. Narrative, Ainhoa. Narrative, Anna. Yes, narrative. Narrative is the answer. Yes, in number 12. Paul uses the word narrative to describe what multiplayers in a game can create for themselves. Paul says that achievement, the correct what? 2 words. The correct level of difficulty, Ivan. Level of difficulty, Ainhoa. Level of difficulty, Javi. Yes, yes, friends. The same, Anna. Very good. Level of difficulty or difficulty level is the biggest challenge when designing a game. Paul feels that 14. Only 1 word. Dedication for Ainhoa. Dedication for Ivan and Natalie. Yes, friends, you are correct. Dedication. Dedication is the most important personal quality that a game designer needs. Very good. Observe that they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You need 5, sorry. You need 5 correct answers here. Please evaluate your work to know how good or bad you are doing. You need 5 correct answers, and if you have 5, you are passing. Let's go to the second listening today. Second listening is part 3. this is the second part of the listening. In reality, in the exam, it was part 3. I'm going to send it to you. Let's see if possible. Give me a second. Now you have it in your WhatsApp. Read, because maybe you need to use a dictionary or something before listening. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. Well, you know that you have this, my God, you have this recording in your WhatsApp group. I'm going to give you some extra minutes for you to listen to it again in case you need it to prepare your answers. Imagine that this is an exam, so take it seriously. And when you feel ready to answer, send me a message. Javi finished, Natalie finished. Natalie finished more or less. Anna definitely finished. Ivan finished. Very good, friends. Number 15, Julian attributes his interest in archaeology as a teenager to A, B, C, or D opinions. For Anna is letter B, for Ivan is letter B, for Javi is letter B, and for Natalie is B. For Ainhoa also is letter B, and you are correct. Yes, letter B is the right answer. You have 1 mark. As they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, you need 4. You need 4 correct answers. Let's go to 16. What aspect of archaeology still excites Julian today? A, B, C, or D? 16. For Javi is letter D. For Natalie D. For Anna D. For Ainhoa is letter D too. Friends, with this answer you have another mark because this is correct. In 15 is B and in 16 is D. You have 2 correct answers. 17. Julian feels that the public perception of archaeology A, B, C, or D. 17 opinions. Javi, you have 3 marks. Very good. No, Javi. In 17 is not B, friend. And the rest of the class? Nobody? For Anna is A. In number 17 is A for Anna. For Javi is B. For Natalie is A. Very confusing. Friends, in number 17, according to Cambridge, is letter C. Underestimates the gradual nature of the research process. So 17 is letter C. 18, how does Julian feel about his current research post? A, B, C, or D? Opinions about 18. C for Javi. Nobody else. C for Anna. 18, C. Nobody else? Different answers? Nobody? Well, 18, according to Cambridge, is letter D. He suggests that it is relatively cost-effective. Number 19, what does Julian hope to show as a result of his current research? A, B, C, or D? Well, this part has been more difficult. Anna is letter C. Javi, C again. Yes. Ainhoa, C. Natalie, C. Yes, correct. C is okay. 20. Julian's project on humor in archaeology aims to A, B, C, or D. Number 20. A for Javi. For Anna is A. Only 2 people. Okay, friends, you are correct. A is correct. In 15 is letter B. In 16 is letter D. In 17 is letter C. In 18 is letter D. In 19, C. And 20, A. If you have 4 correct answers, you are passing. If you don't have 4, next time. 18, yes, is letter D. Letter D. Okay, Javi, we will continue with more listening exercises next class. Now I have to interrupt the listening because if not, we get bored. Speaking, page 125 in your books. Page 125. Sorry, here is speaking. Here. Speaking Part 1. Work in pairs. Yes. Which of the questions below could you answer using conditional verbs forms? Oh my God. So you have to use a conditional in the answer. Number 1, pay attention, because I am going to select the person who's going to speak. Friends, we have a microphone open. Is the monitor? Thank you very much, Ivan. Well, friends, question number 1. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you choose to go and why? You see, the condition is prepared. I have here the names of the people. Javi is present, Martha is present, Ivan is present, Ainhoa is here with me, Natalie is here. So I'm going to select one of you to answer the question. Prepare the answer. The question is, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you choose to go? And why? Why to that place? What happens in that place? And when you answer, use a conditional. What is the conditional? If I could travel anywhere in the world, I would go. See, the conditional is that. Is there a volunteer to answer the question? It's very easy. Okay, my monitor. This is page number 125, speaking part 1. I volunteer. Javi.
I think I can, perhaps.
Thank you very much. Yes.
I think I would travel if I could to Greece, perhaps, because it's the country whose culture and language I have studied at university, at school, and it's it's basically what I do, teaching those kind of languages nobody knows except on me. But I think it's my favorite place in the world. I have only gone once.
No, Javi, I have only gone once.
Okay.
It's not appropriate in English. We use
Okay.
been.
Okay.
I've only been there once.
I've only been there once, too many
Yes.
years ago. But if I could go there again, I would visit not only the classic rest we have, the famous Acropolis and things like that, but also I think I would visit places and monuments of all ages, perhaps classical, Byzantine. I think the magic of this country is the long or the large option you have to visit places, monuments of all ages, as I said, and I would visit perhaps the classical ruins first, and at the second place, I think I would go to the more recent places, something like churches or more modern cities and places like that. And I think it's the first place I would visit if I could. And
Javi, and you said that you've been there before.
yes, but many years ago.
Once or twice?
Once, only once. It was in 2011 when
Yes.
the economical crisis crashed all the country.
Yes. Yes.
But but I think I would go again all the times I am able to, because it's perhaps a place I love the most
I can imagine.
in the world, and if I can, I would go again without any doubt, but if I can.
Yes, yes, very good, Javi. Thank you very much. But pay attention to this, Javi. When you answer a question in the exam, the day of the exam, because your answer is perfect, I like it a lot, and besides, you have facilities for speaking, but you have to concentrate on the question, because the question says, which of the questions below could you answer using conditional? So please, if the question is, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you choose to go? Please begin. If I could travel, you see, to use the conditional. The rest of the answer was beautiful, but begin with the conditional. If I could travel anywhere in the world, I would go to Greece once more. I've been there once, but blah, 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 etc. Do you understand, Javi?
Yes, okay. I
Good.
think
The beginning is important because the teacher wants you to use the conditional, but the rest was perfect. The second question, friends, concentrate on the second. If some friends from abroad were visiting your region, which places would you take them to see and why? So you have a friend abroad, a friend living in Denmark or living in Portugal or living in Scotland, and this friend is visiting Madrid, where would you take them? This is the question, but be careful because the instruction is use the conditional if possible. Is there a volunteer for this?
Shall I?
Of course.
Okay. If some friends from abroad were visiting my region, I would take them to see the center of Madrid. Maybe we will go for a walk in the Retiro Park, and also we will visit some of the most important museums of Madrid, such as the Prado Museum or the Reina Sofía.
Yes.
But also, I think that we could visit other cities that are near to Madrid, such as Toledo or Segovia, because in my opinion, they are astonishing. But not only this, that you can also enjoy the gastronomy that they have.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Anna. Beautiful. Thank you very much, my friend. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, now, question number 3. What things do you most enjoy doing when traveling on holiday? And why? A question before you answer. Can we use a conditional here? Maybe, but we don't have the necessity of using conditional. You see, we don't have necessity of using a conditional in number 3. If I want, I can use a conditional, but if not, it is not necessary. It is not similar to number 1. If you could, number 2, if some students in number 1 and 2, I need to use the conditional. But in number 3, what things I don't need a conditional. So is there a volunteer for number 3?
Shall I?
Monitor, yes.
Yes. Okay. For example, if I were visiting Paris, I enjoy the most visiting the landscapes. Or
Again, Ivan, again. If I
okay.
visit it,
If I were visiting Paris, I'd enjoy the most
yes, yes.
visiting the landscapes and of course the landmarks, because I love walking along the Seine River. I love going across its bridges, sitting down next to the the parks next to the cathedral, the Notre Dame Cathedral. I love sitting down and have a picnic, having a picnic in the Mars fields next to the Eiffel Tower. I don't know. I think it's a beautiful city, and I love visiting that city. So the most I enjoy doing when traveling is to visiting the different places and the different landscape. Then I can go there.
Excellent, my monitor. Excellent answer. Thank you very much. You even use conditionals that I was not expecting, but you use them. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ivan. Let's go to number 4. Do you find it's useful that you can speak English when you travel? Do you find it's useful that you can speak English when you travel? Easy question for my students. A volunteer. Martha, can you speak about this?
Yes, I hope you listen me well because my internet today is a little bit awful.
Up to now, I hear you perfectly well.
Okay, thank you, because the chat, it wasn't working for me. I think that English, of course, is useful for when you travel because it's the most, it's a language that almost all is spoken in all the countries, and the probability to find someone who speaks English is very high.
Yes.
And also because if you don't know English, maybe you can lose some information or get lost and nobody can help you. Need something, or for example, some medicine or going to a bar. And if you don't know the native language of the country, English is the best option to try to understand other people and makes you understand.
Excellent. Martha, thank you very much. I agree with you. English is useful even in countries that don't speak English. Thank you very much, Martha. Next, what's the best time of year for people to visit Spain? What's the best time of the year for people to visit Spain? Ainhoa, can you answer this?
Yes, can you hear me?
Perfectly well.
Okay, well, if I were a foreigner and I was visiting Spain, I would probably do it between spring and the beginning of summer.
Yes.
Because to get a nice weather to be able to visit Spain without suffering from the
heat of the summer.
Yeah, the heat of the summer, because it can be boiling, really hot.
Yes.
And it is not comfortable to be walking around the streets with that degrees. So yeah, I would do it in that period of the year.
Excellent, Ainhoa. I agree with you. Imagine the person coming from Denmark or Holland in July or August. My God, it must be terrible for them. However, spring could be better. Yes. Thank you very much. 6, would you enjoy going on an adventurous, possibly dangerous journey? Would you enjoy going on an adventurous and possibly dangerous journey? Natalie, is Natalie present? Can you answer this, Natalie?
Yes. Well, in my case, I wouldn't
No.
enjoy.
The answer is no.
No, not really.
I'm going to select another one for you, Natalie, because
Okay.
this select one. You can select 7, 8, 9, 10, the one you prefer.
9, for example.
Very good. Would
Uh,
you enjoy working with tourists?
yes, I would really like working with tourists. In fact, my family lives from tourism, and many times I have been with my parents and tourists because my parents sell souvenirs to them, and here in my town, the tourism is very important, and I really like staying with tourists from different countries. I think it's interesting.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you for the effort. It's been a pleasure, friend. Good, good. We finished the speaking. Sometimes I have to press a little bit for people to speak, but finally everybody speaks, and everybody speaks very well. There are people like, for example, Javi. My God, that you have to stop them because they have a facility to speak in English. Can you imagine in Spanish? Martha, tell me, does Javi speak so much in Spanish?
Yes. Let's say yes.
Who speaks more, Javi or you?
It depends on the topic.
Yes. The
Yes.
problem is that this was his favorite topic of conversation. You know,
Yes.
speaking about Greece and this all culture. My God.
had some master classes from him about
I can
Greece.
imagine, Martha. I can imagine. Yes. Yes. Thank you, people. Thank you very much. I'm very, very satisfied. But at the beginning of the class, my friends, remember that we began with reading comprehension, and then we passed to listening, and then to speaking, and now writing. So let's go to page 126, because on page 126, in part 1, no, I know, in part 1, they are personal questions, and in reality, the maximum time is 25 seconds, more or less, seconds, no minutes, seconds, because what the teacher wants is to ask you a personal question, and when the teacher notices that you can answer and that you answer well, the teacher is going to interrupt you, and she continues with another question, or maybe the same question, to the other student. The intention of the teacher is to ask you 5 questions and 5 questions to the other student. Not always possible, because if your answers are good and long, you never receive 4 or 5. Sometimes you receive 4 or 3. But the reality is that the teacher is going to interrupt you in a matter of 25 seconds, more or less, because she has the intention, I repeat, of asking you some questions. So it's not a long answer, I know. In class here to practice, I am happy when you give me a long answer in part 1, but in the exam is just seconds. Short. No, let me not say short, because short can be yes or no. No, they are long answers, but a period of 20, 21, 22, 23, 25 seconds, no more than that. Does this answer your question? I know. Okay, thank you very much. Writing, page 126. Let me change the page. Part 2, a review. Maybe you remembered a review. I don't know if you have written a review before. I don't remember this. But a review is something we write. When I say we, is to be optimistic, because we are not reporters, we are not journalists, we are not writers. It's a way of speaking, right? A review is what the specialists write to make criticism about a restaurant or about a film or about a book. So you, before buying the book, maybe in a magazine or in the newspaper, you read the review and you make a decision. I like the book because I read the review, so I'm going to buy the book or not. You are planning to go to a place and you are looking for a hotel, and first you read the reviews about different hotels and you make a decision according to the reviews. You go to that hotel or not, you book the hotel or not. This is a review. In Spanish, a review is reseña, una reseña, a review. And a review has certain specific characteristics. The principal characteristic of a review is a title. You need a title. If you see the example you have on the right hand, you can see in bold letters 2 hotels in St. Petersburg. So this is the title. 2 hotels in St. Petersburg. See that? The title is going to illustrate the topic. So immediately I know that this person is going to make a review of 2 different hotels in one city, St. Petersburg. See that? So the title is going to tell the reader immediately what is it about. Imagine that you have to write a review about a restaurant. Very easy, because you can use the name of the restaurant as the title of your review. Imagine that you have to write a review about tagliatella. That tagliatella can be the title of your review. Of course, you can write tagliatella or you can write more. You can write, for example, the quality of the food in tagliatella, something like that. But tagliatella is the title because this is the name of the restaurant that you are reviewing. Sometimes you have to review a film. The title of the film can be, no, have to be or must be, no, could be the title of your review. I want you to take into account that sometimes in some exams you have to write a review of a book. The review of the books and films are very similar. But in the case of a book, normally you write, imagine that you have to write a review about the book Hamlet. The title of your review can be Hamlet, right? And it is very common to write the name of the author. Hamlet by William Shakespeare. 100 Years of Solitude, and you copy the name of the author with the preposition by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. See that? It is a costume, a habit. You can do it. In case of books, no films. In the case of films, we don't write in the title. In the title, we don't write the name of the director. It's not necessary. So, listen to me. In the exam, the reviews are divided in 2 groups. The group of reviewing a restaurant or a coffee shop, see that? Or the group of reviewing a book or a film. No? They are divided because they have different characteristics. It's not similar to review a film that to review a restaurant. Okay, good. What is the difference? In the case of a restaurant, imagine that in a restaurant you have to write about the atmosphere of the restaurant, the food in the restaurant, the prices of the food, the service, the waiters, the waitress. There are many different aspects in the book or film. You have to describe or you have to write about the characters. In case of a book, the characters, the main characters, the setting, time, when did the story take place, and also the plot, the story, the plot. But in the case of restaurant and coffee shops, I repeat, the service, the food, the prices, maybe the schedule, the atmosphere, the music inside the restaurant or coffee shop, etc., etc. Let's read the instruction we have on page 126. A review. Read this writing task and underline the points you must deal with in your answer. They always insist that you underline the point you have to develop, because they don't want you to forget any of the instructions you receive. You see the announcement below on a website called travelfortravelers.com. Hotels near me. We'd like to know what local people think of different hotels in their area. So we are opening a section written by local people to help visitors to choose the hotel which suits them best. And now the instructions. Send us a review which recommends 2 hotels in your area. That's why the title of this review is 2 hotels. This person lives in St. Petersburg, so 2 hotels in St. Petersburg. Imagine that you live in Madrid, 2 hotels in Madrid. You live in Getafe, 2 hotels in Getafe, etc. So you cannot forget this. Recommend 2 hotels in your area for 2 different types of visitors. For 2 different types of visitors. No more instructions. It doesn't say that one type of visitor is family visitors. I mean, 2 married people with children, family, and maybe the other is old people that are going alone, an old man and an old woman, which is a different type of visitor. Another type of visitor can be young couples, because they have different tastes. They want to do different things in the city. So you have to select, right, 2 different types of visitors. And says what sort of visitor each hotel would suit and why. See that? I need to answer all these questions carefully in my review. The review can have 3, 4, or 5 paragraphs. The teachers are not going to get into trouble for that. But you need to be organized. You need organization, because imagine that you write 3 paragraphs and the teacher never finds your answers to the questions that you have in the instructions. Poor thing. So be careful, organize things. The ideal written works in your level, which is advanced, should be 4, minimum 4. This is the perfect writing. Some students write 5, okay, but never 3 or 2, my friends. Please, you know more than that. And the perfect thing is that you try to answer the questions they ask you, 1 in every different paragraph if possible. Not compulsory, because if you want to attach 2 topics in 1 paragraph, no problem with that, but make it clear. So I repeat, they are going to give you instructions, clear instructions, and then you have to plan your review. You need a title. You don't need headings. No. Headings is for reports, no reviews, only the title. But you remember that in the first paragraph is always an introduction, and then you begin answering the questions. I want you to observe the example you have here on page 126. 2 hotels in St. Petersburg. It continues next page. It's not 3 paragraphs, there are more. Well, 2 hotels in St. Petersburg. But if you observe this example, there are spaces in blank. Spaces in blank that you have to fill in, yes, like in the exams. If you observe, let me have, yes, please go to page 127. On page 127, you have the instructions for exercise number 5. Complete the review in exercise 4 by writing one of these linking words or phrases in each gap. And they give you the words. You don't have to make up the words because they are here in exercise 5. It says, an added attraction is that, this is one of the options, as 2 times, twice, both, equally, however, not only, though, together with. So let's begin with this. Please fill in the blanks using one of the expressions in exercise 5. When you finish, send me a message for me to check it. Natalie, finished? Noah, finished? Monitor, finished? Well, let's check this. Remember the instructions this student received, and then he begins writing his review. He begins the title, 2 hotels in St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg is an important business as well as tourist destination. However, characteristic connector. Business people often don't like sharing their hotels with tour groups and require different facilities. It is true, if you go to a city on business, you don't want to be surrounded by tourists with children and things like that because you are working. This is true. Equally, this is the word in the second space in blank. In number 1, however, in number 2, equally, holiday makers want a break from the serious atmosphere of a business hotel. Yes, it's the other way around. You are not a businessman, you are not working in that city, you are a tourist. You don't want to be surrounded of serious people with briefcases, weary faces. No, you want fun. That's good. So this student is preparing the reader for the 2 groups that he's going to divide the tourists into. He's going to divide the tourists into the group of business people in the city using the hotel or using hotels, and tourists Each of the hotels I recommend caters for a different type of visitor. Caters for, que le suministra a cada uno. Situated on Nevsky Prospect, not far from the Hermitage Museum, Nevinsky's Hotel is a compact, moderately priced hotel which would suit backpackers and tourists on a tight budget. The rooms are clean and airy. Number 3, though quite basic, with twin beds and ensuite bathrooms. So this maybe is the hotel for the tourists. See that? Tourists with not a lot of money. Nevsky Prospect is the main shopping street, so it wouldn't suit light sleepers as, number 4, as you should expect some noise. Number 5, both from the constant traffic and perhaps from other boisterous guests. Unfortunately, the hotel lacks a restaurant, so you'll have to find your own breakfast in one of the many cafes nearby. However, the staff are friendly and helpful. An added attraction is that the hotel has bicycles available for its guests to explore this beautiful city at their leisure. So, one hotel with the characteristic of this hotel, but principally for tourists, you see? Now, Peter the Great Hotel is an elegant, moderately sized business hotel situated in a converted neoclassical palace not far from the statue of Rome's horseman, with fabulous views across the Neva River. As its 5 stars indicate, the hotel offers luxurious, spacious room at a price. It contains a range of well-equipped, well, this is not definitely the hotel for tourists, right? A well-equipped conference rooms, together with a gourmet restaurant allowing business people to entertain clients in style. The management and the staff are competent and professional, as you'd expect, and will organize trips and events to make your stay not only productive but pleasurable too. So this is the hotel for business people, more expensive. Better quality, but more expensive. Now the conclusion, whichever hotel you stay at, St. Petersburg won't fail to delight you. This is an example because, my friends, the homework for next class is that you write a review about 2 hotels for different tourists in your city. This is the homework I'm going to assign for next week. I repeat, write a review using the instructions on page 126. Okay? This way we finish our class. So have a beautiful weekend. See you on Monday next class. Bye-bye, friends.
Bye.
Goodbye, friends.